Well, it was nice having an entertainment career while it lasted. Punch-Out is a 1984 arcade game that is best known for its 1987 NES port. In the game, you play as a tiny hamburger who is looking to become world champion of the World Video Boxing Association. And he's being helped by Doc Lewis, who was an ex heavyweight whose heyday was back in 1954, as according to the manual. It all began one day when Little Mac and Doc Lewis met by chance. Doc became Mac's trainer, teaching him everything there is to know about boxing. Doc and Mac's story continues over a seemingly endless path until one day a champion is born. This might be the shortest story I've seen in a manual. Also, geez Louise, was that the best picture they could muster up for Doc Lewis? Seems a bit, outdated to say the least. Now might be a great time to mention that Punch Out is primarily known for two things: fun, action packed boxing matches, and insanely on the nose stereotypical characters. Are these characters racist? Is a question for a different channel. I'm just here for the jokes, people, and I don't plan on pulling any punches, pun intended. Anyways, let's keep it clean. Now come out boxing. So, our first opponent in our fledgling career is Glass Joe. He's the weakest character with the worst defenses. He's also French. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Glass Joe exists as a glorified punching bag for you to learn the controls on. Which I don't need to explain the rules of boxing because we all know sports, right? Oh, wait, never mind. We're all nerds here. As Little Mac, you can punch, jab, yes, there is a difference, dodge, block, duck, and if you are able to get a star by punching someone the right way, uppercut. Be careful not to hit a blocking opponent or block an opponent too many times, as you may run out of hearts and turn pink as a result, which will make you sluggish and unable to punch. Who in the world turns pink when they're out of breath? Your goal is to reduce your opponent's health to zero before they knock yours to zero. If you knock your opponent down, they get a chance to recover. If you get knocked down, you also get a chance to recover by rapidly button mashing like a crazed chimpanzee on crack until you stand up. If your opponent is unable to recover, you win, and vice versa if you are unable to recover. Also, there are 3 rounds, which are 3 minutes each. If neither fighter has been knocked out by the end of the third round, whoever performed better in the fight is declared the winner. If you or your opponent is knocked down 3 times in one round, the other fighter wins by a TKO. Anyways, we should probably focus on our opponent, Glass Joe. At the beginning of the fight, you can just wail on him. Most he attempts to do is block. After a while, he will begin swinging at you, but it's pretty easy to dodge his punches. Most fighters can't help but glow to telegraph that they are about to attack. Makes it real easy to dodge these blows. And once you have dodged the punches, that's when you move in to strike. Eventually, Glass Joe will begin taunting you. Dude, if I had your record, I wouldn't even be taunting a squirrel. Fun fact, most of the fighters have a blow that you can deal to them that will cause an instant knockdown, if not a match winning knockout. Glass Joe's knockdown is to counter his taunt punch. That's what you get for trying to show off, pardon. Up next is Von Kaiser, who, in case you couldn't tell by the name, is German. Now, this is a fighter. As compared to Glass Joe, you're actually going to have to apply strategy to win against this Ubermensch. Thankfully for us, he has a tendency to shake his head before he strikes. I don't know if we'd survive this blitzkrieg without it. Once you dodge his uppercut, you can strike him with a volley of punches, leaving him stunned. While he's stunned, you can uppercut him for an easy instant knockdown. Do it 3 times and you'll have officially won your second match. Up next is Piston Honda. Honda. I'm not certain, and I don't even think Nintendo is. Anyways, Piston Honda is so Japanese that he can't help but spout out random Japanese words between rounds like sushi, kamikaze, Fujiyama, bonsai, and you should wear a helmet. Between rounds, you will receive words of encouragement from Doc Lewis with the occasional piece of advice. But this also gives your opponents a chance to flex on you. Like when Von Kaiser says, "Surrender or I will conquer you." Or Glass Joe says, "Do I have time to take a nap before the fight?" Why are you such a disappointment? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love you, but do better. Anyways, Piston Honda is the minor circuit champion. So out of all the people that suck, he's the best. I imagine that Piston Honda would be great to play poker with, as he can't help but twitch his eyebrows right before he makes a move. That is until he starts right hooking and uppercutting out of nowhere. At some point during the match, he will begin bouncing around. Once he's done with his Tigger impersonation, he will unleash a flurry of fists against you. Your only chance to survive is to either block these punches or dodge them. Or you could just counterpunch before he starts for an instant knockout. And just like that, we've become the new minor circuit champion. Time to train for the major circuit by running around New York while Doc Lewis rides a bicycle with 2 frames of animation.